This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted to be joined by Jeamie TKV. We're here in Harlow at the gym at Ben Davison Performance Centre. How's things, mate? How have you been keeping?
Everything's been sweet, man. Everything's been good. Training's been going well. Can't complain.
We're back out September 30th. Sort of a little while since April, since Poland. What's that been like? Been very, very busy in those few months. So is it feeling good to be back out there and back out and keeping active? Really, third fight this year.
Yeah. That's the main thing, activity, and hopefully we can get maybe 2 more by the end of this year. So, but I have been busy throughout. It's not like I've been slacking. I've been in Joshua's camp. I've been in Tokyo boxing. So. It's been a busy 5 months or so, but the fact that I got a fight now, I'm even happier, just to put all the work I've been doing into action.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll get on to what you've been doing, but as you said there, how would you sort of assess 2023 so far? You had a successful win in Poland, a successful win at Wembley Arena before that. When you're further progressing in development, sort of just turning over pro last year, now, would you say you're sort of on track to where you want to be?
Of course. Obviously, everyone wants more activity, but for now, I'm happy. I'm happy how things are going. I'm getting the right wins, and I'm on the right track.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll get on firstly, being in Tokyo. Just talk to me about that as an experience for you, sparring. I mean, I've been speaking to Will about it. He was 3 weeks out there. So what was that whole like as an experience, away from the sparring, being in sort of in the city?
You know what? Tokyo's a different place. Very quiet. It's like even when I was getting on the trains, everywhere, like, it's just a whole different place. Everyone's respectful. Just the whole culture, everything is different. Even the boxing culture, everything is different. But I really enjoyed it. It was an experience that I couldn't have got without boxing, so it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying?
Do you like to travel much?
I do, but I'm getting tired of it. Because being away for like a month, 3 weeks, here, there, it takes a toll on you. Like, it gets a bit too much, so I'm getting a bit tired of it. But I do enjoy it. Hopefully next year I'll start traveling again, but for now I'm done for the year.
What was it like though, as an experience in an area which isn't really known for its boxing? It's known for it like as a cultural experience. Like, did you experience much of a culture shock being there?
Not necessarily. There was a lot of in Tokyo. There was a lot of people from America. A lot of mixed cultures within Tokyo at the moment, and it was just interesting to see those people there as well. But like, even with the boxing culture, it's quite big. You got a few big stars, but in terms of heavyweights, there's not many heavyweights. And I was sparring the only heavyweight that they got, the number 1. But the exposure that we got, the fact that I was sparring was immense. Like, everyone knew about me, even when I was walking the streets, and people said, "Oh, I saw you on TV," just because I was sparring their number 1 heavyweight, and they was putting so much exposure around it. But it was an amazing experience.
Absolutely, and we'll move on, not only from Tokyo, but you've been to Dallas as well, in the Joshua camp. First of all, talk to me about that gym, Derek James, the whole environment of, you've got AJ, but you've got so many other killers there, Jermell Charlo, Errol Spence, Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia's joined there now. How was that as an experience for you?
It was great, and to rub shoulders with those type of people, it's amazing. That experience is second to none, because, just like I said previously, is taking what they do, you're taking what the best do, see what they do, take it back into your camp and go from there. Because like, just seeing how they work was a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, even the way AJ works, Spence works, and how Derek James works with his fighters, it was very interesting to see.
And being 5-0 yourself, having this experience to rub shoulders with guys like AJ who've been there and done it, Spence, they've been at the top level. Do you feel like you get so much maturity from that? And this actually that could put you a step ahead from your rivals, where you aren't getting sparring like me, and you aren't training in the place that I'm training in.
Yeah, of course. Especially knowing that my next opponent won't be as good as someone like AJ, it gives me much more confidence. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like sparring the best. Sparring people who are really good, you know what I'm saying? So it is a confidence booster for sure.
What would you say impressed you the most?
AJ, his fitness, I'm not gonna lie, his fitness really impressed me, because you gotta remember, I ain't the only sparring partner. And we'll be switching. So I'll do maybe 4 rounds, and then another sparring partner will do 4 rounds, and he'll be fresh with each one, and he'll be finishing strong, which really impressed me. And you have power in the later rounds, which is really good. When you have power in the later round, shows you're a big puncher. So I was really impressed with his power and his fitness.
And you see there, where you see he's in Dallas now, you've experienced it for a couple of weeks. I know you're not in AJ, you know, you don't know sort of what AJ's personality is like, you don't know how he likes to train, but do you feel like he would benefit, do you feel like he benefits a lot more being in somewhere like Dallas where he's locked away, completely away from everything, compared to somewhere like, you know, in England where he's the big face and he's, you know, he might not always be the biggest face in the gym?
You know, AJ's AJ. Everywhere he walks, he's known. Like, I remember being at the airport with him, people coming and taking pictures with him, so no matter where AJ goes, he's AJ. He's already established himself. He's well known, so that doesn't stop. But when we're in the gym with AJ, you do see we talk, we have a laugh, we give each other advice, like we talk about things. You know what I'm saying? So I know you can immediately tell his character and how he is as a person from just being in the gym with him, and he's very good people.
Absolutely, and we see Jermell Charlo taking on Canelo in less than 3 weeks' time now. What you? I know you've been in the gym. How are you feeling about that fight? He's coming up 2 weights.
Yeah, I mean it is a tough fight. It is a tough fight, but I don't know. You never know. Charlo could probably pull an upset that we did not expect, but boxing's boxing. Anything can happen.
Absolutely. We'll move on to yourself, and you talked about your rivals. There's been a couple of rivals that have been talking your name. One of them was Sol Dacres, holding the English title. He did come out and saying that he had an August 19th date that he sort of accused you of ducking him and this and that. What was really the situation there with him?
So we accepted the fight, but the timing was messed up with how I was in America. My whole team was in Spain. So it was just the fact that, okay, I had to cut the camp short, go over to Spain to do the camp because the whole team was in camp for a while in Spain. And then I would have to fly sparring partner. So the timing was off, and then a few things were going on. So we said, you know what, let's see if we can get this fight in September. So I hope, my team went back to the matchmaker, and the matchmaker obviously was, supposedly asked them for a September date. And they turned that down. So we said, unfortunately, we can't meet that date. We can fight any other time. That's not a problem. You know, boxing, whatever. That's your date. We'll fight any other time. No stress. Woke up in the morning. I see S-Jam. To be honest, those messages on, I saw Sol Dacres comment on, he started talking too much, whatever. And then the following morning, I saw S-Jam put something. I said, no problem. Obviously, we had a little back and forth, but yeah, I took that personally. Yeah. And don't know how personally I took it.
Is that fight that you want next? And even though the fight got turned down, it didn't happen, you still think that get remade and you want it again?
I'm going to take his head off. I'm not going to lie to you. I took that personally. I'm going to take his head off. The one thing is, the reason why I took it personally, because when he was fighting, when people were talking about him saying that he was shit, he's this, he's that, he's not good. I'm like, no, So is good. Give him his prop. Give it time. It's a pro game. Give it time. You see, I used to always give him props. I used to tell people that So is good. So for a man to turn around, for me, like, I slightly had his back. He didn't know that, so let's put that aside. But I had his back, and then he will go and try and disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he knows that I had his back a little bit. I used to tell people, yo, he's all right, he's good. You know what I'm saying? Don't watch these fights. You know what I'm saying? But the way he disrespected and SJM disrespected, I took that person out, and they're going to see me.
Another person that is you've been disrespectful back and forth is Frazer Clarke. Sorry, go on.
I don't start with people. Frazer started with me, So starting with me, and I'm going to end it. That's how it goes.
So you saying that about Frazer. What was really the initial start with Frazer?
He dismissed me on TV trying to say that I wasn't on his level, or I'm not good enough to even be in the ring with him. He even said that he will use me as a quick tune-up. You know what I'm saying? As a fighter, that's very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So I said, you know what? Okay, let's see if I'm a tune-up. Let me fight you. Let me take your head off and see if I'm really a tune-up. You know what I'm saying?
And that's obviously a fight that you're very interested in. There's a lot of the narrative between yourself, him, and going back and forth. We see this stuff on Sky, you two going at each other. Does this build for a massive fight? And do you think it builds for a massive fight?
Yeah, it does. And the way Sky has been building it, it definitely will be a massive fight for sure.
Do you take confidence from his performance against Dave Allen?
All the time. Every performance he has, I'm confident.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jeamie, thank you for your time. I just want to say I appreciate you taking time to speak to me, and all the best for September 30th. Thank you.